healthy versus wounded response from a man when you ask for money and when you ask for providing. I think this is such a fun topic because so many women are afraid to ask for money, ask for providing, ask for support, ask for anything because they're afraid of the toxic male response. But then when you're afraid of the toxic male response, you don't ask, and then you also don't get the positive response because there are people who will react positively. Men who want to provide, who want to, or maybe they can't, but they know it's their job, and they respectfully say, you know, I just can't. I just can't. Just like someone would ask you to help them with their car. Like if someone asked me to help them with their car, I just can't do this. I have no idea about cars. Like I like cars, they have to drive, but I don't know how to fix them. But if someone asks me, like something about, like, let's say my sister asks me, she does it all the time, by the way, like that's her privilege. I wish I had a sister like me, like an older sister who could, I ask everything. But let's say my sister asked me something about dating, or she asked me something about mindset shift. You know, I can help that in 5 seconds. It's so easy for me, and I love helping women, you know that. So but let's get back to the topic. Wounded versus healthy response when you ask for money. Okay, when you ask a man to provide. So how many of you have ever experienced, maybe you ask a guy for money, maybe you didn't even ask them, but they just paid for something. They paid for dinner, and then they paid for stuff like it for you, and then they started expecting something back, you know, maybe intimacy, maybe exclusivity, maybe something back. So if a man provides, pays, but wants something back, this is not a real provider. This is actually manipulative, and it's wounded. Yeah, it's not empowered. It comes from a very disempowered male space, and if you are not aware of that, you might intuitively go into pleasing, like, okay, maybe I should give him the money back. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I should give something back, or maybe I'm just gonna stop receiving money from guys because they always want something back, and they always, you know, expect me to give something back. And I want you to be aware that this is just a wounded man. Like that has nothing to do of you being unworthy, of you having to giving something. You don't. If you're with a real provider, he just gives without wanting anything back, anything. Okay. So yeah, it's just not a match. So don't even go into pleasing him, like hiding from such men. I mean, yes, hide from such men, yes, but not generally hiding from men, because it's just wounded. It's just not healthy. If he wants something back, or if he wants to control you, if he, whatever he wants back, this is not providing. Providing means that you have an issue, or you have a desire, and he sees himself as you know, being sent from universe, sent from God, and wanting to help you just because he's a good human, right? Just because. Have you ever done something just because you're a good human? Maybe you helped some random person on the street. Maybe you had a friend just because you are a good human being and you don't want anything back. You just did it because you wanted to help. And that's healthy providing, okay? First things first. And then, yeah, so a healthy man who's actually a provider, he knows that that it's his job to provide. He knows that. However, he might also make an empowered decision for himself that he doesn't want to provide for his girlfriend. He only wants to provide for his wife, let's say. Maybe he makes a decision that he doesn't want to provide for his neighbors. Maybe he makes a decision that he doesn't want to provide for you because he sees you as a girlfriend, not as his wife. And it's not something to take personal. It's just that if someone says, I don't want to provide for you, it's still okay, but we have to respect that and let them go, okay? So sometimes healthy men, they know it's their job but sometimes they just don't want to do this. And yeah, then it's okay. You just let them go. And you're a man who sees you as his wife, as worthy of of his investment, will provide. Yeah. Your worthiness doesn't depend, by the way, on what the guys are saying. You decide how much you're worth. If you decide you're worth of that, it's decided. But we can't control how other people treat us, right? Even with water, when you want to buy water on the airport, it's like $3. At your home, it's free. So yeah, the same worthy water, but the place makes the difference, right? Also, I wanted to make a quick announcement that I'm having my course, Call a New Provider, Sunday. We're going live Sunday, where you learn how to become the reciprocal of a man that is providing for you, and how to spot and attract healthy provider men. Okay. And that serves you because you get to create an amazing polarity forever. So even if you don't need his money and his providing, because you are a successful, high achieving woman, inspiring a man to provide, to take care of you, and spotting the right guys who are available for that, it's going to make your life so much easier, your relationship so much easier, and you get to have this amazing, juicy polarity, honeymoon forever after. So it's not only for the money, it's about attracting healthy relationships that are full of juice and polarity and attraction. Okay, so join the course. The link is in the description box or in the comments. All right, then let's get to the next topic, to the next example. What if a guy, if you ask him for providing for money, and then he gets triggered, he's like, it's not my job to provide for you. I don't want to do this. How dare you ask me? If a guy reacts like that, he's not capable of providing, and he's just triggered. So it's like a very childish response, right? If he was mature, he would just say, no, I don't want to do this, right? But if he's triggered, blaming, shaming you, it's a very childish response. And that means that he subconsciously knows he was supposed to provide, but he's not capable. And that's why he reacts that way. So he's just not capable, and he isn't grown enough to admit that he's not capable. So that's also a no. This kind of guys isn't a sign for you to be like, oh, I'm so sorry that I asked for money. I'm so sorry I asked you to pay for the dinner. I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, sure. I'm just going to pay myself. This is not the sign to react this way. Your job is to spot the right provider. And if a guy is triggered and like calling you names and like making you feel ashamed, be like, yeah, thank you, next. This is what you're supposed to do, because you're worthy of a man who is capable of taking care of you, and he also does that with pride, with a proud attitude. Okay, and at the end, let's get to the last example. So that's actually even the goal. And I myself had to learn so much to get there, because I didn't have healthy modeling from men, and I just didn't know how to receive providing. I had no clue about healthy masculine men and people. It was a hot mess for me, because yeah, I just grew up in a little bit of a hot mess, but nothing is lost. That was my reason, combined with like the Western world education of like, I'm successful, independent, right? I just couldn't attract provider, but also I just didn't know how it looked like. So let me give you a picture. A healthy provider who is also available. Again, some guys are just not ready yet. A healthy provider who's available will react this way. When you share with him from your feelings that you desire something, you desire a bag, you desire those clothes, you desire just being so relaxed and taken care of financially, he will be proudly wanting to solve that problem or desire. Okay, he's like, oh, you need new shoes? Yeah, here you have them, right? And if you share a desire, like, I really, really wish to have that, he will want to make that happen. And then don't let any shame, like I made another video about this. I made another video, so check this out. Don't let any shame stop you, because it's always a win-win. I don't believe in any win-lose situations where you win and he loses, or other or reverse. It's always a win-win situation, because when a man provides for you, he actually opens up to the possibility of being more powerful. Yeah, when he spends on you, he opens up to the channel from the universe to receive more money, to make more money, to provide for you. And I've seen it so many times in my own life, even with my family, even with my clients, so many times. So it's always a win-win. He brings the money, you bring the honey, and the honey allows him to make more money, okay? But again, a healthy man knows this is what he's supposed to do. And whenever you have a desire or a need, he will jump in. You don't even have to force him. You don't have to tell him what to do. He will jump in and solve it for you. He will even ask you, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything you need? I just want to be a provider. Like literally, that's what healthy providers men say. And I just, back then, when I was so traumatized from wounded masculine behavior, I just couldn't see that. I just could see only wounded men who want to hurt me. And so I was like, okay, I don't need guys. I'm gonna provide for myself. Like, that's fine. But the truth is, there are so many amazing men who want to be there for you, who want to support you. And yes, I think it's amazing that you are successful, can take care of you, and all of those just things. And yet, imagine you had such a gentleman that wants to love you, wants to provide for you, wants to jump in and solve your issue. Life just gets easier, and it just feels so good to receive a flower, to receive the support, right? But only from healthy men. So make sure you spot the right guy, let go of wounded masculine men and people, and only attract the healthy ones. And and make sure to join my course, where I'm going to touch on that topic too, how to spot a healthy provider. And thank you so much for watching. The link for the course, Calling New Providers, in the description box. Again, Sunday we are going live. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, check out the link, and I see you in the next one.